Welcome back to the MLS Review Show. New England travels to Columbus to try and steal one from one of the toughest defenses in MLS. But first, Vancouver travels to RFK Stadium in the nation's capital. Despite a Bill Hamid red card in the 7th minute, DC United earned a point against Toronto in Week 21 thanks to a hat trick by midfielder Dwayne De Rosario. With Hamid suspended, it would be rookie Joe Willis in net making his first appearance in MLS. One of just 3 teams without a road victory yet this season, the Whitecaps had an uphill battle in front of them at RFK Stadium. Coming off a 4-2 win the previous weekend, Tom Sohn only made one change to his starting lineup, bringing Jay Demerit back into the defensive line, replacing Rochot. Craig McEwen and Martin Nash were at RFK Stadium as the two teams squared off.
First time these two clubs have met in the MLS, and this game is underway. The Caps wearing their all-white. Camilo with the strike. Oh, what a save by Willis off the woodwork. A handball in the box. Referee Grajeda doesn't see it. The Caps are appealing, and I'm not sure how they missed that.
The free kick was a great strike, an amazing save, flipping it off the bar. And there, as the shot came in, it looked like it went off the arm.
Di Rosario. Twisting, turning. Somehow keeps the ball, sends it into the box. And it's in the back of the net on a brilliant cross. Chris Pontius finishes it off.
Dero shows a great bit of skill and strength and whips a dangerous ball in. Nolly just gets a touch to it. Right into the path of the oncoming Pontius, is able to put it in the back net. Good pace in the cross.
As a result of their complaining,
Back to Gene in just a second, and oh my goodness, Andy Nahar.
Yeah, Di Rosario does well to let the ball run here, and from a narrow angle he smashes the ball across, and it just goes between Jay Nolly's legs, and as he gets his right hand on it.
Pontius. Nolly, the great save, and is that a way to rebound? Gumiento now to Leathers, onside Leathers in, Hasley! Oh, what a save again by Joe Willis. Eric Hasley getting on the back of that. The danger's still here though. As Camilo knocked down Eric Hasley, a good scoring opportunity there as Davies heads up the park. Di Rosario off the post, Di Rosario again. Over the bar. Is going to wish he put this one away as well.
It was a great ball by Leathers. Great save by Willis, but right away they come down the other end, and Davies with a great unselfish pass to Di Rosario. He had the goal to shoot at.
Mustafa Jarju also is handed in his slip as Davies now plays it Pontius. Pontius runs at goal, cuts it inside. King. Appeal for handball. Pontius! It's in the back of the net.
It starts with Pontius. He comes in, a nice little cutback Dero unselfishly to King, and his strike gets deflected back to Pontius. Between them, they've sorted out who's doing what.
Birch, cheeky move there. Nolly can't cut that out,
and a good little nutmeg here. Get around Brodsky. Great ball to the back post.
Oozing with confidence now. Dero slides it to King. King, head up, head down. Yes, indeed.
Head up, finds King in that gap. And a good low shot by King. No, it just can't quite get down quick enough.
Camilo will have a shot. Joe Willis touches another one of Camilo's free kicks. Maybe not as dangerous as the first, but that ball was dipping and gave the DC United keeper some problems.
DC in the second half.
And there is the final whistle.
Following a tough 2-0 loss away to Colorado, Columbus was looking to bounce back immediately, hosting Eastern Conference rivals New England. With Eddie Gavin added to a long list of injuries in midfield, the Crew were forced to play a makeshift group where Robbie Rogers swapped the left flank for the right, and rookie Justin Miram was inserted on the left. New England came into the game reeling after a tough 3-2 loss at home against Chivas USA. The one bright spot in that game for the Revs was 16-year-old debutant Diego Fagundes, who drew a penalty to set up the first goal before scoring one of his own in the 86th. Despite his performance as a substitute, Steve Nicol kept him on the bench for the game against Columbus. Brad Feldman and Jay Heaps had the call from Crew Stadium.
Acumen and power on free kicks. The Revolution kickoff, wearing blue, moving from left to right. Columbus wear gold. Again, they bomb Gardner forward, Columbus. Rogers wide for Gardner. Curls it in. Phelan got underneath the header. Mendoza volleys. And the save by Reese, diving to his right. Feilhaber cuts it for Phelan, uses his body well. Back to Benny, who shoots. Wow! 1-0 New England. Benny drives it into the back of the net.
He takes two players out. A little 1-2 here, and Pat Phelan, good body, well paced, and then that ball is just driven. Nothing Will Hesmer can do. Look at this 1-2, because Pat Phelan uses his body, and then the weight of that pass is huge.
The middle third of the field. Feilhaber, though, loses it on the dribble. Good ball for Mendoza now. Pops it into the middle. Alston across. Oh, disaster. An own goal. It's 1-1.
Well, that was the ball. Mendoza, too, does a nice job getting it there. And I think Hyman may have got his foot to it as Kevin Alston's in a play here. Ball over A.J. Soares, taken down nicely. And as you see, I think
that's a goal by Hyman. Feilhaber to the back post. McCarthy's there, heads it down. Oh, off the bottom of the crossbar. Still loose, and it's picked up by Hesmer.
McCarthy heads it back, and this is there. It looks like A.J. Soares off the post.
Caraglio was waiting. He would have just nodded it in, too.
Yeah, I think that was A.J. Soares not knowing where it was. And Caraglio did have a free header.
The left foot, the in-swinger. Oh, that's a tough read for Reese, and it's 2-1. Julius James knocks it off the turf and into the roof of the net.
Good ball in, it's delivered perfectly, and he's inside the 6, gets up and over a couple defenders and Matt Reese, and he just heads it home. Look at that, skies up above.
Duca on the turn, Rogers, and Solly working hard to get back, squared, and it's 3-1, Renteria puts the home team up by 2.
Robbie Rogers holds it up one time, and how is he so open? He's wide open inside the 5-yard line. He can't be that open defensively. I know the Revs are pushing, but there's no one near him.
Ekpo, good ball for Duca. Racing back is Alston. Renteria, Reese makes the save.
Renteria, there's got to get a player close to him. Matt Reese all by himself makes another nice save. Matt Reese saying, hey, look, guys, I'm going to keep fighting all the way to the end here.
Duca plays Rogers. Columbus looking for more. Up 3-1. Rogers nearly made it 4. Another save by Reese. And that will be the last touch of the game. Jay, the Revs led in this one at halftime, but all came unglued here in the second half at Crew Stadium.
Coming up, second place in the East hosts second place in the West as the Union take on FC Dallas. Every week, MLSsoccer.com provides you the opportunity to select the Goal of the Week winner. You can choose between the 5 nominees directly on MLSsoccer.com on the AT&T Goal of the Week page. You can also send in your vote by texting the corresponding goal to code 22442. Winners are announced every Friday, so make sure you vote early and often, keeping in mind polls close at 11:59 p.m. Pacific Time on Thursdays. Winners so far include Juan Agudelo of the New York Red Bulls, Javier Martina from Toronto FC, and O'Brien White of the Seattle Sounders. Welcome back to the MLS Review Show. It was a repeat of last year's Eastern Conference Final in San Jose on Saturday. But first, FC Dallas battled the Philadelphia Union at PPL Park. On Friday, Philadelphia announced the signing of U.S. international Freddy Adu. The signing reunites Adu with his former coach at D.C., Peter Novak. The coach chose to insert the 22-year-old midfielder directly into the starting lineup just one day after the announcement of his signing. Despite a tough 3-1 loss to the Galaxy in Week 21, Dallas entered their game against the Union with confidence. The first time the teams met this year, Dallas won the contest 2-0, only conceding one shot on target to their opponents. To add to the confidence, FC Dallas MVP candidate Brek Shea returned to the team after an impressive showing off the bench for the U.S. against Mexico. JP Delacamera and Taylor Twellman were on location from PPL Park.
First pass, first touch, get forward, dictate the pace of play.
This portion of the match sponsored by Adidas, all passion all together. It's coming back towards Valdez. He lost it. Maicon Santos has an easy goal, but an uncharacteristic miscue from Carlos Valdez. 1-0 Dallas.
Right here, headed back early on. If not, that ball's got to be kicked 40 yards upfield. And this is off a long throw, and Peter Novak is not going to be happy with that. You got to be organized, but again, it's real simple. Hartman sideline.
Adu step over. Latu sends it in. Save Hartman. That's a beauty.
Great free kick from Sebastian Latu with pace. If Hartman doesn't touch that, that's hitting the inside of the post going in. Just with pace.
Turns. Second try at it. Map behind it. Couple of defenders. In the box. He goes down. Is it a penalty? Yes, it is.
Justin Mack making a great run in behind.
On the whistle, Latu with a strike. 1-1.
McInerney, Latu.
Look at this ball. Maicon Santos sends in Chavez right beyond, and then off the post, and then Breck Shea just tapped it in. 2-1 FC Dallas.
Santos plays in a perfect ball to Chavez. You give Breck Shea a lot of credit. So many players do not follow this play through. Breck Shea does finish in.
Shannon Williams tackled away by Shea.
That's a foul.
In a great spot if you're Philadelphia. That's a card. He's done. That's it. That's George John. Second yellow.
Really an unnecessary. George John thinks he can get there, but as a center back with the yellow card, you got to have that in mind. Danny Mwanga's not going anywhere. Hold him up, stand him up.
As Breck Shea is standing on the far post.
Oh, do we have another penalty? We do.
There was 2 penalty kicks that should have been called. How difficult is it? That's a penalty.
Latu, 2-2. Latu gets another. But when you're trailing twice.
No, and what a good job. He opens up his hips right there. He's got Hartman thinking he's going the other way.
I'm 5 minutes out and on. Latu drives it. Not a done by Daniel. Save Hartman. Terrific save. Probably the save of the night.
Great corner from Sebastian Latu, but Daniel does a good job. I can't tell you how difficult that is. Hartman's momentum body's going one way, deflected. For him to get that.
Philadelphia escapes there, and they will come away with a point, although it was a little scary at the very end. This was some game. It ends up 2-2.
The last time the San Jose Earthquakes played the Rapids, Colorado knocked San Jose out of the playoffs, just one step away from their third ever MLS Cup appearance. 1-0 losers that night, the Earthquakes were not only seeking out revenge for that tough loss, but also their first win in 11 games. Colorado looked to build on a 4-game unbeaten streak, during which they had recorded wins against the top 3 teams in the East: New York, Philadelphia, and Columbus. Despite recent successes with Omar Cummings and Sana Niasi, Gary Smith started with Caleb Folon up top for their matchup against San Jose. John Cosimer and John Schrader teamed up for the call from Buckshaw Stadium.
There's an opportunity for a left fullback on the U.S. national team.
Oh, a beautiful delivery and a header that goes off the post. John Bush's best friend right now, and that was a great chance for Folon.
What a great pass. Good finish by Folon. And
Kari Stevenson onside. See if the Quakes can make something of this. To the middle, Wando! Goal! Jurtson just waiting on the back post.
look at this. Convey gets it on his strong left foot. Wondolowski forces Pickens to make a play, but Pickens can't pick it up. Wando does a very good job of striking this ball.
Mastroeni. And Mastroeni, good effort to get to the ball, and even had a chance to see what he had.
Yeah.
This will give you a good angle on it.
It was a trailing arm.
And now they're pointing to the spot. They are now pointing to the spot.
So the assistant referee said that it should be a penalty, that it touched his arm. It's the trailing arm. Wow.
Caleb Folon on the approach makes it easy. This game
tied at 1. Jurgensen had a little stride there, but not much to do with it. And then a whistle, and they're reaching for Red! Red! Sam Cronin's night is over.
What is that?
And red.
What is that?
That is red is what that is called. And they squirt one through to Jurgensen. He serves it up! Oh, and Wando on the doorstep sends it over the crossbar. Here you get a little advantage, and Folland trying to gain some position. Here's a header that is sent out off the noggin of Ring, and then Bush is able to hold on.
His midfield position is to play the near post, and he was right there.
Tee it up, and it's in the net. He kept it low. Jeff Laurentowicz, his 5th goal of the season.
Some guys have to jump for the header, but that get through.
It went through the wickets of Dawkins.
Went right through. Wondolowski probably got a little bit of an advantage taking off early.
And here it is. It is now over. The MLS Cup champion Colorado Rapids with a goal from Jeff Laurentowicz. His 5th of the year on a free kick.
Coming up, John Spencer faces his old boss when the Timbers travel to Houston.
Hey, it's Charlie Davies with DC United, and you're listening to Extra Time Radio.
The Extra Time Radio podcast comes out every Monday and Thursday on iTunes and Buzzsprout. You can also listen to each episode at mlssoccer.com/extratime.
We're a soccer podcast.
And I have no friends.
I like to tie my shoes.
Well, we'll get back to some women's evening wear talk.
You guys are too old. It's only for 8-year-old boys.
What's wrong with that?
Yeah, this is your tweet of the week.
Janino's not going to win a game for you.
They're a sign of the apocalypse.
That's why he's here.
Fans, we want to hear from you. You're encouraged to email Extra Time at mlssoccer.com or tweet at Extra Time Radio with any comments, questions, or reactions.